Imagine waking up one morning and every single screen goes black. No signal, no data, no control. The year is 2027. At exactly 3:47 a.m., deep inside Fort Meade, Maryland, home of the United States Cyber Command, alarms begin blaring, but no one can silence them, because the system controlling the alarms is compromised too. Within seconds, 6,000 elite cyber warriors are staring at dead monitors. The satellites they monitor? Gone dark. The nuclear command communication channels? Severed. The AI-driven defense grid protecting America's financial infrastructure, power grids, and military networks, offline. In that single, terrifying moment, the most digitally powerful nation on Earth becomes completely blind. No missiles can be tracked. No drone feeds are live. No enemy movements can be detected. This is not a movie. This is not a drill. This is the scenario that keeps Pentagon generals awake at night. The total collapse of America's cyber command. And today, we are going to walk through exactly what would happen, minute by minute, hour by hour, as the world's greatest superpower loses its digital eyes and ears forever. Buckle up, because this story will change how you see modern warfare. The first 60 minutes, chaos begins. The first 60 minutes after Cyber Command goes offline would be the most dangerous 60 minutes in American history since the Cuban Missile Crisis. America's entire military infrastructure is interconnected through digital networks managed and protected by a cybercom. The moment that protection disappears, it's like removing the immune system from a human body. Every enemy of America, Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, has pre-planted digital, sleeper, malware inside various American systems, waiting for exactly this moment. Within the first 10 minutes, automated enemy scripts would begin activating. Power grids in Texas and California would start receiving false commands. Air traffic control systems over New York and Chicago would begin showing ghost aircraft on radar, causing immediate groundings across the country. Stock markets would detect unusual trading algorithm behavior and trigger emergency circuit breakers, halting billions in transactions. Meanwhile, inside the Pentagon, the Secretary of Defense would be on a secured landline because digital communications are compromised, trying to reach the president. The National Security Council would be scrambling into the Situation Room. But here's the terrifying part. Without Cyber Command's eyes, nobody knows if this is a technical failure, an insider attack, or the opening move of a full-scale cyber war launched by a foreign adversary. Every decision made in those first 60 minutes would be based on guesswork. And in modern warfare, guesswork kills. Global reaction. The world watches. While America scrambles in the dark, the rest of the world would not stay silent for long. Within 2 hours of Cyber Command going offline, intelligence agencies across the globe would detect the anomaly. Russia's FSB and GRU cyber divisions would immediately go to their highest alert status, not out of fear, but out of opportunity. Chinese PLA cyber units stationed in Shanghai and Chengdu would begin probing American networks with unprecedented aggression, testing exactly how deep the damage goes. NATO allies in Europe would receive emergency encrypted messages from Washington asking for temporary cyber support, something that has never happened in history. Israel's Unit 8200, considered one of the most elite cyber intelligence forces in the world, would offer assistance, but even they would be limited in what they could do without access to America's own classified network architecture. Meanwhile, North Korea, a country with relatively little to lose digitally, would see this as a golden window. Pyongyang's Bureau 121 hackers, operating from hotels in China and Russia, would launch aggressive probes into South Korean and Japanese financial systems, knowing America cannot respond. Global oil markets would begin panicking. The price of crude would spike 30% within hours as traders fear military conflict. And somewhere in Moscow, in Beijing, in Pyongyang, someone is smiling. Because the sleeping giant isn't just wounded. It's temporarily blind, deaf, and alone. The domino effect. What falls next? Here is where things go from catastrophic to civilizational. America's Cyber Command doesn't just protect military systems. It acts as the invisible guardian of nearly every critical infrastructure system in the United States. When it goes offline, the domino effect begins almost immediately. First domino, the power grid. The Eastern Seaboard's electrical management systems, which rely on cyber-protected SCADA networks, begin receiving malicious commands. Substations in Virginia, Pennsylvania, and New York start overloading. Rolling blackouts hit within 4 hours. Hospitals switch to emergency generators. Second domino, water treatment facilities in major cities lose their automated chemical management systems. Operators must switch to full manual control, but many facilities have had practiced manual operations in over a decade. Third domino, the financial system. The Federal Reserve's digital transaction network begins showing signs of unauthorized access. The Treasury Department orders a complete freeze on interbank transfers. ATMs across the country go offline. Citizens cannot access their money. Fourth domino, and this is the most terrifying one, nuclear command and control communication protocols are disrupted. The president cannot reach submarine commanders through normal channels. The nuclear football becomes partially disconnected from its verification systems. America's nuclear deterrence, the thing that has kept world peace for 80 years, is suddenly in question. The dominoes are falling, and nobody knows how to stop them. The recovery? Can America come back? Now comes the real question, can America recover? And the answer, according to military strategists and cybersecurity experts, is yes, but at a devastating cost, and not quickly. The recovery plan for a total cyber command failure is called Operation Dark Phoenix, a classified continuity protocol that shifts command authority to regional military cyber units embedded within each branch of the armed forces. These units operate on air-gapped systems, meaning they are completely disconnected from the internet and can maintain basic military communications independent of a cybercom. Within 12 to 24 hours, partial command capability would be restored. But here's the reality nobody wants to admit. The window of vulnerability would have already caused irreversible damage. Enemy nations would have mapped previously unknown American network architectures. Sleeper malware would have been deeply embedded in systems that won't be discovered for months. Economic damage would run into the trillions. And America's global reputation as the world's unbeatable cyber superpower, the nation that could strike any enemy digitally from anywhere on Earth, would be shattered, perhaps forever. The world would never look at American dominance the same way again. This scenario is not science fiction. Former NSA directors have warned about it. Pentagon simulations have tested it. And cybersecurity experts say it is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. The real question is America ready? If this kept you on the edge of your seat, smash that like button and subscribe right now, because next time we're exposing something even bigger. Hit the bell so you never miss out. The digital war is real, and you need to stay informed. See you next time.